Hello, my name is Valerie Hyder. I am a Master's of Education candidate in the Instructional Technology program at Kennesaw State University. The title of my capstone presentation is Professional Development for a New Learning Management System. Again, my name is Valerie Hyder. I'm a candidate for a Master's of Education in the Instructional Technology program at KSU. I received my undergraduate degree in middle school education from Tennessee Tech University in 2002. I am currently teaching 8th grade social studies in Bartow County in Northwest Georgia. I have 13 years experience teaching math, science, ELA, and social studies at the middle school level. My capstone problem was to address the lack of teacher training for tools found within a new learning management system, or LMS, called Schoology. Prior to implementing Schoology in Bartow County, we were using the LMS Blackboard, and we had become familiar with the use of Blackboard in our classrooms. After not renewing our license with Blackboard, we were given the LMS Schoology to implement in our classes. But teachers felt overwhelmed with the introduction of a new LMS that was basically thrown at us and had not been given proper training on. So teachers began to develop some resistance to the use of technology and the use of Schoology in their classrooms because of the simple amount of training that we were not offered. So this is where I felt there was a need for my capstone project. Teachers had indicated that they had a lot of questions about Schoology, its full functionality, the ways they could use it in their classroom. Teachers needed brief, focused training sessions where they could get the information they needed quickly, that could be of immediate use to them in their classroom. Also, teachers needed a way to access tutorials and other training information outside of regular formal face-to-face sessions, without having to search through dozens of YouTube videos or always using the help feature on Schoology. They needed something they could read quickly so that they could continue on with what they were doing in their classroom. So the time frame for my capstone, this lasted from May 2017 to February 2018. At the beginning of my capstone, I developed a needs assessment survey and familiarized myself with Schoology before I distributed the needs assessment survey, which I did in July of 2017. I sent this via email to teachers since we were on summer break and used the time before our first professional development session in August to analyze the results from the needs assessment survey and prepare my first professional development session. I hosted my first 1-hour professional development session during 8th grade planning in August 2017. I created interactive notes that included a screencast, helpful YouTube videos, and other information, and posted it to a Schoology group specifically for Adairsville Middle School teachers. In September and October of 2017, I prepared for the second professional development session. I created a survey to distribute to teachers so that they could give me feedback on the first professional development session. And I also provided support to participants when needed, if they had a quick question or if they'd forgotten how to do something, or if they needed me to show them something quickly. I did this in a face-to-face session, one-on-one in their classrooms with them. During October of 2017, I hosted my second 1-hour professional development session. I created, again, interactive notes and posted to the Schoology group page for all teachers to access. In November of 2017, I again provided support to participants when they needed it in face-to-face or one-on-one sessions. I created a survey for distribution so teachers could give feedback for the second professional development session and used that feedback to plan and host the third 1-hour professional development session. Again, I created interactive notes to post to the Schoology group. And in December of 2017, I finished up my capstone by preparing for the fourth professional development session. I hosted the fourth 1-hour professional development session prior to Christmas break in 2017. And then in January, when we returned from Christmas break, I prepared a survey to get feedback from the fourth professional development session, and then also a post survey in which I received positive feedback from everyone who had participated throughout the program. My capstone evaluation plan was driven by survey results from participating teachers. That was the primary method of determining the success of the capstone project and how I decided which topics needed to be included in each professional development session. Teachers were constantly encouraged to provide feedback on training in terms of usefulness, and what they would like to see as topics for future training sessions. The Capstone experience was the length of the Capstone experience was shortened slightly due to time constraints. With professional development, we had to work around some different things that occurred throughout the school year, such as inclement weather days. So originally I had planned for 5 60-minute sessions, but ended up only being able to conduct 4 one-hour sessions during previously scheduled grade level meetings for 8th grade teachers. But I provided all training resources on the Adairsville Middle School Schoology page for all teachers, regardless of grade level, to be able to access at any time. Follow-up meetings and one-to-one training sessions were held as needed whenever teachers requested assistance. The results of the Capstone were positive. Survey results and feedback gave me the indication that the trainings were seen as a positive experience and that I provided useful information for teachers in my building. Most teachers indicated they were able to implement more features of Schoology into their classrooms and felt that student engagement was positively impacted after utilizing Schoology more within their classrooms. Teachers reported that they felt more confident in using the LMS and provided me with survey comments such as, "Thank you for helping me learn so much without feeling completely overwhelmed." So I felt that overall my Capstone experience resulted in a positive experience for my teachers. Looking back on my Capstone experience, I have a few things that I think are important to remember. First of all, it's important to maintain a positive attitude and be friendly and approachable when working with your staff members. Teachers don't want to feel as if they're bothering you every time they have a question, because if you give the impression that you're being bothered by them, then they're not going to ask you for help. When planning your trainings, you should plan to be thorough but brief. Adult learners don't want to feel like they're wasting their time, and teachers value what little planning time they have, so they want sessions to be useful but brief. Always gather feedback from your teachers and let that feedback guide future training sessions as you plan them so that you know what your teachers need from you in terms of training. Also, make sure that you give teachers an opportunity to experience the new tool or to experiment with the new tool during the training session. This gives them an opportunity to ask specific questions, or if there are any problems that arise, you can address them immediately. And finally, it's important to be willing to accept criticism and be open to learning from those who you are training. Sometimes you may have an activity that you think is really well, or that you explained something really well, but maybe no one understood it. So it's important to be willing to accept that criticism or that negative feedback as well. Here's a list of references that I used throughout my presentation. Thank you for watching.